I'm doing pretty good. Put on a decent performance. Wasn't my best, but John's a tough dude. He's an experienced fighter, and I controlled the whole fight, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Well, I mean, we said, the other day that on paper this seemed like the biggest fight of your career, biggest name opponent, most experienced opponent, biggest test, therefore, and it seemed like you passed it pretty well. What was what he brought to the fight what you kind of expected him to bring?
A little bit. He liked standing with me. I think he felt comfortable in the stand-up with me because that's honestly my newest skill set that I use. It's not my base skill set, as you can see. I utilized my wrestling in that fight because I felt like I could make the difference utilizing it a little bit. But even in the striking, I outstruck him. But I think he felt comfortable standing with me, and I expected him to shoot a lot more.
He had that sort of brief submission attempt in the first round, and that seemed like the only time that he really truly had any kind of a threat whatsoever. Was it close at all? I mean, is that just a breeze for you to work your way through?
It was tight for like a second, but then I adjusted my head. Then I felt him going armbar, and I was like, okay, now I got to get out of this armbar. Maybe for a split second in the back of my head, I'm like, ah, shit. But I train day in and day out with killers at ATT, so I was prepared for that moment, as you can see.
The body kicks were a big thing, it seemed to be as well. Part of the game plan, or was that just something you felt like in the course of the fight just seemed to present themselves?
This camp, I worked a lot with Thiago Alves. We were utilizing a lot of body kicks, teeps. I didn't get to use the teep as much. A couple times I did. He was out of range, so I didn't go back to it. But yeah, I utilized the body kick and head kick a lot. Also, when I switched southpaw, I was throwing calf. That was part of the game plan as well.
From a ranking standpoint, you beat the guy who was ranked number one. Logically, it seems like you leapfrog him now. Obviously, you called out the champ while you were in there. That is what you want next, or would you take something else in the meantime if Gegard wasn't ready to fight you?
I'm a man that likes to work, so whatever gets me the next fight, I'm down to do it. Obviously, I would love to fight for the title. If that doesn't happen, so be it, but I am the number one contender now. And he hasn't fought me yet, so let's do it maybe,
I'm not one of those stir stuff up kind of reporter people, but just kind of listening in on the broadcast, Josh Thompson said, hey, if you fight for the title, you very well could be ready. He would like to see you have a couple more fights just to make sure that everything's all good because he thinks that you're so good right now. Don't mess it up, kind of break that down for me, the benefit of getting in there and having a title fight so quick in your career versus, all right, if I fight 3 more times and win 3 more times, then maybe I would truly be even more ready.
Yeah, of course. If I fight 3 more times and get a little bit more experience, I'll probably be more prepared for that fight. But the thing is, I think I'm ready now. I think I match up well with Mousasi. I think I'm just a younger version of him pretty much. I expect to do better than him, honestly, in my career. But yeah, man, he said he only has 2 fights left in his career, and then he's dipping. I want to be one of those fights, and I want to make sure of it. I don't want anything weird to happen. No problem.
All right, so it looks like in the jungle of Missouri that the tiger, not the lion, is the king. What would you say to some of the other detractors who may say that because the performance was so one-sided that you may not still have really been tested?
Wait, what was sorry, I didn't understand the end of that question.
Because the fight was so one-sided,
yeah,
some may say that you still haven't really been tested. What would you say to them?
No, John tested me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's like a fourth of what I do in the training room. But the thing is a fourth of me out there beats the number one contender in Bellator. So the more I can make this like a sparring match for me, obviously with bad intentions, I'm going to be a world champion.
Okay. When the armbar was in and he was going for that submission, you trapped his arm under your leg. Was that on the fly, or is that something that you drilled?
No, I think he was actually going underneath my leg to try to finish the submission.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of just went on instinct, got the fuck out of there. That's just kind of what I do. I'm not a BJJ guy. I just make things happen when I'm in certain positions, and if I don't want to get submitted, I'm not going to get submitted. If I don't want to get taken down, I'm not going to get taken down. That's just how I roll.
It looked as if you didn't really fear his takedown. He didn't shoot, but looked like maybe once in the last round. And your kicks to the midsection just kind of made me feel like you weren't concerned about his takedown. Am I pretty accurate with that?
Yeah, after the first round, I noticed he wasn't really shooting much on me, or after the first and second. So I started to, open up my game a little bit more. I was being a little bit reserved with my striking at first because I was worried about the takedown. I started to open up later on in the rounds, but I need to make adjustments quicker, and that was a learning test for me.
Last question. How special was it to have this kind of victory in front of your family?
I think it was pretty special. Got to come to my home state. My family is in the front row. Put on a great performance. Very one-sided. I didn't take a hit at all. My face is completely clean. John was pretty cut up. He was limping over here. I just saw him. He's a good dude, though. Kind of felt bad after the fact, but it is what it is. He signed a bout agreement. Thought he could beat me, and I had to prove him wrong.
Thank you.
Kobe.
Great win, Johnny. You got to show an array of skills. Was there anything in the fight that surprised you at all?
Yeah, they didn't shoot as much as I thought. That's about it. And his timing was pretty good. He is a veteran. I have to give him that. His timing on his feet was pretty decent. He caught me with a left hand, I think, once. Yeah, he's a little bit crafty. He's been in the game for a while, and I give him props.
And other than the submission attempt early, he seemed pretty passive underneath, or that's just a matter of you being very heavy on top?
I think I just have naturally heavy hips. He was trying to roll through, trying to make it to where it was a scramble and try to sweep me, but I just don't let that shit happen, bro. I'm like, no, you're not gonna do it. No, I just deny that shit.
How soon you looking to get back in?
Fuck, next week. I'll let a couple of my body kicks hit him in the elbow, so my foot's a little bit blown up. But once that heals, I'm ready to go.
Right on, buddy.
Josh.
Hey, Johnny. Josh from the Stands MMA here. Firstly, congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you.
Whilst every fighter would like to go in there and get a quick finish, was being able to display your skills in all areas of mixed martial arts tonight against a veteran of the sport almost more satisfying so that you can really show the world your level?
Yeah, I think it's pretty satisfying that I wasn't even at my best in there, and I could pretty much it was just a one-sided victory against one of the top guys in the world. I guess that's a win for me, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Jay.
Thanks very much, Johnny. Congratulations on the win tonight against the number one guy in the division. And you were pretty fired up after about Mousasi not knowing who you are. Are you genuinely upset by that, or is that more of something that kind of motivates you, lights a fire under you?
Nah, man. I'm just kind of like, poking fun at the dude. I'm sure he doesn't really pay attention too much about. That dude's just fighting for a paycheck now. He's been fighting for years. He's probably not studying the Bellator rankings as much. But he has a target on his back, and I'm here to take him out.
And you said it yourself as well. He's the old lion. You're the young lion on the way up. The flip side of that is he's got a heck of a lot of experience. He's seen a lot. What have you seen from him that you think you could capitalize on? Or is there anything in your game that you think he's not prepared for or is maybe overlooking?
I think he overlooks all aspects of my game. He doesn't even know who the fuck I am. So that just says it all.
Fair enough. And last one for me, you said tonight wasn't necessarily your best performance. Was there anything in particular you were unhappy with?
That I got caught in a submission a little bit in the first round. I wasn't landing as much ground and pound as I wanted to. Some of my striking on my feet wasn't as clean as I wanted to be. My defense wasn't as clean as I wanted to be. But it is what it is. I put on a pretty good performance. It was one-sided, so yeah, man.
Jim.
It's all good.
Hey, Jim Varsalo, Miami Herald. Congratulations on the big victory and all. And following up on that, then Johnny, when you look at a performance like that, and when we look at it, and it was a dominating performance. When you say you want things to improve on, what things do you think, or do you take a while that you will go back and work on, and how you will work on them at the Great American Top Team?
Definitely some ground and pound. Definitely setting up more traps on my feet. Opening up, being more comfortable in the cage, and that just comes with experience. But I just got to replicate what it's like out out there in sparring and make sure I can bring the sparring out in the cage. If I can do that, I'm the best in the world.
And also, Johnny, last question for me. Just two other fighters from American Top Team won tonight as well, just showing that the strength of American Top Team. I don't know, you were so focused getting ready for your fight. And those fights, if you blinked, you missed them. But did you get a chance to watch either one of them?
Yeah, of course. I got to watch Roman Ferraldo knock a dude out with a jab. That's my homie. That's one of my main sparring partners. That dude's a homie, a G. I heard that that Bellator nicknamed him Vicious. That's fucking epic. Yeah, man, I'm proud of that guy. And also Cody Law put on a great performance, knocked the dude out with a fucking right hand. Proud of you too, bro. Really looking forward to, hanging out with him after this fight. And yeah, man, ATT at the top.
Hey, well, good job. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. Appreciate it.
Yep.